There is a version of you that is no longer willing to live in scarcity, a version that refuses to settle for the scraps of life, because deep down you know you were built for more. Abundance isn't about how much you have in your hands. It's about how much you believe is possible in your mind. When your mind expands, your life follows. Too many people wait for conditions to be perfect before they think big. They say, when I have more money, I'll feel abundant. When I get that promotion, I'll feel confident. But that's not how the game is played. Abundance starts in the unseen. It's the courage to act when there is no guarantee. It's the belief that the table is already set for you, even if you can't yet see the feast. You want a comeback. It starts by rejecting the lie of not enough. Not enough time, you make time. Not enough money, you create opportunities. Not enough talent, you grow it. Your greatest comeback begins the moment you stop counting your limits and start counting your possibilities. Abundance is not luck. It's a discipline. It's a habit. It's the daily decision to see the door when everyone else sees a wall. There will be setbacks, you will fail, and people will doubt you. But abundance doesn't mean you avoid the storm. It means you believe the storm is shaping you for the harvest. The most powerful thing you can say right now is this: I already have what I need to take the next step. Because when you move with that kind of belief, life starts moving for you. It's time to stop shrinking to fit the world you see, and start expanding to match the world you know is possible. This is your season of more, your season of overflow, your season to rise, to rebuild, to reclaim what was lost and multiply it. You are not running out, you are running over, and your greatest comeback, it begins right now. Abundance is a mindset. It's about possibility, not possessions. It's about waking up in the morning and believing that life has more to offer you, no matter what's in your bank account or what you see in front of you right now. It's the ability to see potential where others see problems. It's looking at an empty field and imagining a garden. It's walking through a closed door in your mind before it ever opens in reality. When you think abundantly, you stop asking, "What can I get?" and start asking, "What can I create?" You stop waiting for opportunities to fall into your lap and start building them with your own hands. You realize that your value is not determined by the things you own, but by the vision you hold. You stop competing with others because you understand that life is not a race for limited prizes. It's an endless ocean of possibilities. You begin to believe that someone else's success does not take away from yours. Instead of envy, you feel inspiration. Instead of fear, you feel curiosity. Instead of lack, you see the chance to grow. An abundance mindset shifts you from "I can't" to "How can I?" From "I don't have enough" to "I already have enough to begin." You start noticing the doors that were always there but hidden by your own doubt. You stop blaming your past and start building your future. You understand that abundance is not a lucky break. It's a habit you practice daily. It's saying thank you for what you have while still believing for more. It's learning to be resourceful, creative, and persistent. It's trusting that there's more ahead of you than behind you. The more you practice this mindset, the more you attract the very things you once thought were out of reach. Because abundance is not magic, it's a reflection of what you believe is possible. When you focus on growth, you find growth. When you focus on opportunities, they multiply. When you believe there's enough for everyone, you move through life without fear. Scarcity shrinks your vision, abundance expands it. And the moment you decide to live abundantly, you begin to see that life was always ready to give you more. It was just waiting for you to believe it. Start before you're ready. Don't wait for perfect conditions. If you wait until everything is lined up, you will wait forever. If you wait for the fear to disappear, you will never take the first step. If you wait for the right time, you will watch the clock until your dreams expire. There is no perfect moment, there is only now, and now is all you will ever have. Readiness is an illusion created by hesitation. It tells you that you need more knowledge, more resources, more confidence before you can start. But the truth is, confidence comes from action, not the other way around. You learn by doing, not by waiting. You grow by moving forward, even when you feel unprepared. Every great journey begins with a shaky first step. Every master was once a beginner who chose to try before they were certain. The people you admire didn't start because they were ready, they became ready because they started. They embraced the discomfort of not knowing everything. They accepted the risk of failing. They moved anyway. Perfection is the enemy of progress. If you demand perfection before you act, you will never act. If you take action, you can adapt. You can improve. You can adjust your direction as you go. Life rewards the mover, not the waiter. Opportunities appear for those already in motion. Momentum builds when you take the first small step, even if your voice shakes and your hands tremble. Your fear will not vanish overnight, but your courage will grow stronger with every step you take. You will figure it out as you go. You will make mistakes, and those mistakes will shape you. You will stumble, but you will learn how to stand taller each time. Stop telling yourself you are not ready. You will never feel fully ready for the things that matter most. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Because one day you will look back and realize that the only thing standing between you and your next chapter was the belief that you had to wait. You don't need permission. You don't need certainty. You only need to begin. Reject scarcity thinking. Stop focusing on what you lack. Scarcity is a prison built in the mind. It convinces you that there's never enough, not enough time, not enough money, not enough opportunity. It makes you believe that someone else's win is your loss. It traps you in a cycle of comparison and envy. It blinds you to the blessings already in your hands. When you focus on what you lack, you feed fear. You make decisions from a place of panic instead of possibility. You hold back, afraid that if you give, you'll have nothing left. You play small, believing that life is a limited game where resources run out. But that is a lie. The truth is, scarcity is not about reality, it's about perspective. You can have little and feel rich, or have much and still feel poor. Scarcity whispers that you should wait, hoard, protect what's yours at all costs. Abundance says there's more coming, more to create, more to share. When you reject scarcity, you step into a mindset of creation instead of competition. You stop measuring your worth by someone else's success. You start seeing possibilities instead of problems. You begin to realize that giving does not empty you, it multiplies what you have. Opportunities often appear when you choose to act generously, when you choose to serve instead of scramble. Scarcity thinking shrinks your vision, it keeps you stuck, too afraid to move forward. Abundance thinking expands your vision, it opens doors you didn't know were there. It teaches you to trust the process, to trust yourself, to trust that life is not a pie where someone else's slice takes away from yours. Rejecting scarcity doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means refusing to let those challenges dictate your future. It means choosing to focus on what you can build instead of what you've lost. It means seeing each day as an opportunity to add, to grow, to multiply. The more you focus on what you do have, the more you see ways to use it. And the more you use it, the more it grows. Stop counting the things you don't have and start counting the resources within your reach. Stop saying, "I can't because I don't have enough," and start saying, "I will with what I have now." Scarcity dies the moment you decide to stop feeding it with your thoughts. Abundance begins the moment you believe there's more and that you can create it. Take responsibility, create time, opportunities, and growth. No one is coming to hand you your dream. No one is coming to rescue you from the life you want to leave behind. Your future is in your hands, and your hands alone. Taking responsibility is not about blaming yourself for everything that has happened. It's about owning what happens next. It's about deciding that you will no longer wait for permission to move forward. You cannot control the past, but you can shape the future. You cannot control every circumstance, but you can control how you respond. If you don't have enough time, make time, cut out distractions. Prioritize what matters most over what is easy. If you don't see opportunities, create them, knock on doors, and if they don't open, build your own door. Opportunities rarely fall into the laps of those who stand still. They appear to those who take action, even when no one is watching. If you want growth, you can't wait for it to happen naturally. You must plant seeds every day, seeds of learning, seeds of effort, seeds of resilience. Growth requires you to stretch beyond what is comfortable. It demands that you embrace challenges, knowing they are shaping you for the next level. Taking responsibility means you stop blaming the system, your circumstances, or your past. It means you stop saying, "I can't," and start asking, "How can I?" It means you stop expecting others to solve your problems, and you start solving them yourself. It's easy to stay in the waiting room of life, telling yourself that one day things will change. But waiting is a trap. The moment you take full responsibility, you take back your power. You realize that you are not a passenger, you are the driver. You are not a victim, you are the author. You are not stuck, you are choosing to stand still. And you can choose differently. When you take responsibility, you stop looking for excuses and start looking for solutions. You stop hoping for the perfect moment and start creating it. Time will not appear magically. Opportunities will not create themselves. Growth will not happen by accident. It is you who must make the choice. It is you who must take the step. It is you who must create the life you say you want. Shift your focus, count possibilities instead of limits. What you focus on grows. If you spend your days counting your limits will multiply. If you spend your days counting your possibilities will expand. Your mind is a lens, and what you choose to see determines the picture your life becomes. When you focus on obstacles, you feel trapped. When you focus on opportunities, you feel empowered. The truth is, both exist at the same time, but you get to decide which one you feed. Most people stare so long at the closed door that they never notice the open window right beside it. They get so wrapped up in what they can't do that they forget to see what they can do. Shifting your focus doesn't mean ignoring your problems. It means refusing to let them dominate your vision. It means looking for the next step instead of obsessing over the wall in front of you. It means replacing the question "why me" with "what now?" Limits will always exist, but they do not have to define you. When you focus on possibilities, you begin to see options you couldn't see before. You start thinking creatively, acting boldly, and moving with hope. Possibilities give you energy. They spark your imagination. They turn your mindset from survival to growth. Every challenge you face can be viewed as a limit or as a chance to rise. If you call it a limit, it will shrink you. If you call it a possibility, it will grow you. Your perspective is the steering wheel of your life. If you steer it toward what's possible, you will find paths where others see dead ends. You will notice opportunities hiding in plain sight. You will feel courage building inside you where there was once only fear. The greatest innovators, leaders, and achievers were not free from limits. They simply refused to give them the final say. They kept counting the ways forward, no matter how many ways seemed blocked. When you decide to count possibilities instead of limits, you train your mind to expect solutions. You begin to trust that there's always another move to make, another angle to try, another way to win. You can't always change your circumstances instantly, but you can always change what you choose to focus on right now. And that single shift can open doors you never imagined were there. Make abundance a daily habit. It's a choice, not an accident. Abundance does not happen by chance. It is not something you stumble into. It is something you decide every single day. It begins in your thoughts, it grows in your words, and it shows in your actions. You cannot live abundantly with a mind full of scarcity. You cannot expect a life of overflow while practicing a life of doubt. Abundance is built by intention. It is a muscle that grows stronger the more you use it. Every morning, you have a choice to see the world through the lens of lack or through the lens of possibility. You can choose to focus on what is missing, or you can choose to be grateful for what is here. Gratitude is the foundation of abundance. It tells your mind, I already have value in my life, and that mindset attracts more. But abundance is not just about feeling good, it's about acting in alignment with that belief. It's about giving without fear of running out. It's about sharing your time, your knowledge, your kindness, because you trust there's more where that came from. Making abundance a daily habit means training yourself to look for opportunities instead of excuses. It means being solution-minded when challenges appear. It means speaking words that build rather than break. Every small choice adds up, the choice to see possibility, to give, to learn, to grow. The more you practice these choices, the more they become second nature. And when abundance becomes a habit, you stop needing proof before you believe. You start believing first, and then you watch the proof appear. You move through life with a quiet confidence, knowing that the flow of opportunity is always there, even if it shifts in form. You trust that what you give returns multiplied. You stop competing with others because you know their success does not limit yours. You stop fearing change because you know growth is always possible. This habit reshapes how you work, how you speak, how you dream. It turns ordinary days into extraordinary ones because you're always looking for ways to expand instead of reasons to shrink. Abundance is not a lucky break or a rare gift for a chosen few. It is a practice available to anyone willing to choose it again and again. And the moment you decide to make it part of your daily life, you stop chasing it, you start living it. See opportunities where others see obstacles. Train your perception. Life will always present challenges. Some people will look at them and see reasons to stop. Others will look at them and see reasons to grow. The difference is not in the challenge, it's in the perception. Your perception is like a filter on a lens. It determines whether you see a dead end or a new path, whether you see a problem that drains you or a puzzle that sharpens you. Obstacles are not walls meant to keep you out. They are doors disguised, waiting for the right perspective to open them. When you train your perception, you stop reacting with frustration and start responding with curiosity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" You begin to ask, what can I do with this? You start looking for lessons instead of excuses. You begin to see the hidden advantage inside the difficulty. Every setback can carry a seed of opportunity. Every rejection can redirect you to something better. But you will only notice them if your mind is trained to search for them. Training your perception takes practice. It means catching yourself when your first thought is negative and challenging it. It means asking, is there another way to see this? It means refusing to label a situation as hopeless until you've explored every possible angle. Those who see opportunities in obstacles are not blindly optimistic, they are strategic thinkers. They understand that the bigger the problem, the greater the potential reward on the other side. History is full of people who turned impossible situations into breakthroughs. They didn't have fewer obstacles, they had sharper perception. When you choose to see opportunity, you activate creativity. You engage resilience, you keep moving when others stop. Obstacles test your patience, your skill, your character, and in that testing, they prepare you for the next level. What looks like a closed door today might be the very thing that forces you to build a better one tomorrow. Opportunities are often hidden in the work nobody wants to do, in the problems nobody wants to solve, in the situations everyone else walks away from. If you train your perception to seek them, you will never run out of possibilities. Because the truth is, the world will never run out of obstacles, but if you can see them differently, you will never run out of opportunities either. Embrace challenges, see setbacks as preparation for greater success. Life will not always be easy. The path to your dreams is rarely straight. It will twist, it will turn, and it will test you in ways you never imagined. Challenges are not punishments, they are lessons. Setbacks are not failures, they are training grounds. Every obstacle you face is shaping you, even if you cannot see it yet. When you stumble, you learn balance. When you are rejected, you learn resilience. When doors close, you learn creativity. The discomfort you feel today is the strength you will carry tomorrow. Great success is built on the foundations of struggle. Every person who has achieved greatness has faced moments of doubt, fear, and disappointment. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is the willingness to embrace the challenge. Setbacks are not signs that you should stop. They are signals that something bigger is on the horizon. They are reminders to adjust, to learn, to rise stronger. When you start seeing challenges as preparation, fear loses its grip. You stop avoiding difficulty. You stop shrinking in the face of obstacles. You step forward knowing that each trial is an opportunity to grow. Challenges test your limits and show you what you are truly capable of. They reveal strength you didn't know you had. They sharpen your skills, refine your mindset, and build your confidence. Every setback is a stepping stone toward your breakthrough. It's not a detour, it's the training you need to reach the next level. When life pushes back, push forward. When you fail, learn the lesson and move with greater wisdom. The strongest trees grow in the harshest conditions. The sharpest diamonds are formed under pressure. Your challenges are doing the same for you. If you avoid them, you remain small. If you face them, you expand beyond what you thought possible. Embracing challenges means accepting responsibility for your growth. It means refusing to be defeated by circumstance. It means turning pain into purpose, difficulty into determination, and struggle into strength. No setback is permanent unless you allow it to define you. Every challenge carries a hidden gift, the chance to rise, to improve, to become more than you were yesterday. When you embrace challenges, you stop fearing failure. You stop wishing for easier paths. You start seeing every obstacle as a teacher, every difficulty as a rehearsal, every setback as preparation for the success that is coming. Your future is being forged in the fire of today's challenges. The stronger you become in the storm, the brighter your success will shine on the other side. Act from belief, not fear. Take the next step with confidence. Fear is a powerful force. It whispers doubts, magnifies risks, and convinces you to stay where it feels safe. It tells you that you are not ready, not capable, not deserving. But belief is stronger. Belief sees possibility where fear sees danger. Belief moves you forward when fear wants to hold you back. Every great achievement begins with belief. Belief in yourself, belief in your vision, belief in the unseen. Acting from fear keeps you small. It keeps you in the shadows of your own potential. It convinces you to wait, hesitate, and overthink. Belief, on the other hand, pushes you to act. It gives you courage to take the first step, even when the path is unclear. Confidence is not the absence of fear, it is action in spite of it. When you act from belief, you trust that the next step will lead you closer to your goal. You stop obsessing over what could go wrong and focus on what could go right. You start to see opportunity instead of threat. Belief turns uncertainty into adventure. It transforms obstacles into lessons, setbacks into strategy, and doubts into motivation. Every step you take with belief builds momentum. Each small action compounds into progress, and progress fuels even more belief. Fear fades when it is met with consistent action. The more you act from belief, the easier it becomes to trust yourself. You learn that mistakes are not the end, they are part of the journey. You realize that waiting for perfect conditions only delays your success. The world responds to action, not hesitation. When you step forward with confidence, doors begin to open that fear told you were locked. Opportunities appear where you once saw only walls. Your energy shifts from doubt to determination, from worry to purpose. Belief is contagious. It inspires those around you, draws support, and aligns circumstances in your favor. Acting from belief also means embracing risk. It means understanding that failure is not permanent and that every attempt is progress. It means trusting your abilities even when you cannot see the full path ahead. Confidence grows as you take step after step, proving to yourself that you are capable. You don't need to feel ready to start. You don't need to know the entire plan. You only need to believe that the next step is worth taking. And when you act from that belief, your actions create results. Your courage multiplies, your path becomes clearer, and your life begins to move in the direction you once only imagined. Belief is the engine. Action is the fuel. Fear is nothing more than a shadow that disappears when you step into the light of your own confidence. Take that next step. Move forward. Trust yourself. And watch how belief turns your dreams into reality. Claim your comeback. Believe you are stepping into a season of overflow. Life may have knocked you down, but it is not finished with you. The challenges, the setbacks, the moments of doubt, they were not the end of your story. They were preparing you for a return stronger than ever. A comeback begins in the mind. It begins the moment you refuse to stay where you are. The moment you say, I am not defined by my past, I am creating my future. A season of overflow is not just about abundance in wealth or success. It is about richness in every area of life, opportunities, growth, relationships, and joy. When you believe that more is coming, your mindset shifts. You stop shrinking to fit limitations and start expanding to embrace possibilities. The world will test you and people may doubt you, but your belief is stronger than their opinions. You must see yourself as already rising, already achieving, already receiving what you were meant to have. A comeback requires courage. It demands persistence. It calls for unwavering faith in your own potential. Even if you feel weak today, act as if you are strong. Even if you feel uncertain, act as if you are certain. Every action you take in faith builds the momentum for your return. Remember, seasons change. The winter of struggle eventually gives way to the spring of opportunity. The drought of disappointment eventually gives way to a flood of blessings. You are not late for your break. Through it is arriving in perfect timing. Claiming your comeback means refusing to let past failures define your story. It means understanding that every setback was setting you up for a greater leap forward. It means stepping into each day with a sense of purpose and expectation. Expect miracles, expect growth, expect doors to open that you didn't even see before. A season of overflow requires gratitude. It requires recognizing what you already have while remaining hungry for more. Gratitude aligns you with abundance. It draws even more into your life. Your comeback is not just personal, it is generational. The courage you show, the persistence you demonstrate, the victories you claim, they inspire others to rise as well. Do not fear that your best days are behind you. They are ahead, waiting for you to step forward with confidence. Visualize your life overflowing with opportunities, with love, with wealth, with impact. See yourself standing tall, unshaken, unstoppable. Feel the energy of your comeback coursing through every decision, every action, every thought. This is your time. Your season of overflow is here. Claim it, step into it fully, and watch how the world responds when you refuse to settle for anything less than everything you are meant to receive. Your comeback is not just possible, it is inevitable. Believe it, own it, and rise into it without hesitation. And now, stand tall and take ownership of your story. Every step you've taken, every challenge you've faced has prepared you for this very moment. The season of overflow is not coming, it is already here, waiting for you to claim it. So move forward with courage, with faith, and with unwavering belief in your own power. Your comeback is not just a possibility, it is your destiny. Step into it fully, embrace the abundance around you, and let your life become the proof that no setback can ever define you. Rise, shine, and show the world the unstoppable force you were always meant to be.